Hello, I'm Harry Riley. Welcome to Harry's 10-Minute Tales. This is called Return to Northumberland. This is a review of a recent event, with the addition of one or two comments of a possible ghostly significance. I leave it to you to decide. To set the scene, I have to go back over 40 years to a time when big new roads were the coming thing. In 1959, Ernest Marples, Transport Minister, inaugurated the new M1 motorway in a big fanfare of publicity, and the railways were considered by the government to be loss-making relics of a bygone Victorian era. As a result, many railway stations were closed in 1965 during the savage railway purges prescribed by Dr. Richard Beeching as the cure for the nation's railway system, and thus blighting the lives of thousands of rural folk. Much of the country's valuable line stock was viciously ripped up by uncaring hands and sold for scrap, along with irreplaceable buildings and transportation links that had taken many years of dedicated work to build. In Northumberland, much of the line had been planned by George Stephenson, he of the rocket engine fame, and had been commissioned by the York, Newcastle and Berwick Railway Company in 1849. It was his son Robert who was later to complete the magnificent Royal Border Bridge at Berwick-upon-Tweed, with its elegant 28 stone arches spanning the salmon-rich River Tweed. On a recent October night, we had the good fortune to attend an evening performance at a disused Northumberland railway station of a ghost story about a haunted railwayman who is tormented by the prospect of imminent tragedy along the line. This was only one of a number of events taking place as part of the 150th Stephenson celebrations. It was fitting that as we set off at dusk, a thick autumn mist should descend, swirling over the hills and across the Scottish borders, the direction we were travelling from, making driving more difficult as we crossed the River Tweed into England. Fortunately, we arrived at our destination on time and saw the large banner proclaiming the 150th Stephenson anniversary celebrations. Coming towards us as the mist waxed and waned was a tall man carrying a torch and looking for the world like a funeral director in his long black frock coat and top hat. Tim Curtin, the Stephenson project officer, introduced Chris Green, the man in the frock coat and top hat, and the performance of the ghost story began. It was inspired, and all credit to the organisers. The show made for an unforgettable and very enjoyable experience in a perfect railway setting, the murky darkness being broken only by the yellow light from a few Victorian station lamps. We even heard an owl hooting in the background. Taking our leave afterwards, with heads still full of ghostly images from the drama with the car's main lights cutting a swathe through the foggy night, we drove towards the exit, and just for a fleeting moment caught sight of a man standing alone on the platform. He appeared to be an old-fashioned railway employee, wearing a bowler hat, short jacket and kerchief round his neck. He was carrying a guard's lantern and had a confused look on his countenance, as if he was waiting for his train. We wondered as we drove home if we'd imagined it, if this was part of the stage-managed production, or if it could have been just another lost soul waiting for a train that would never come. End.